we'll fall back and hit any of the private slip dredging that's requested.
These gentlemen are from Mobile Dredge.
Okay.
I think our process is going to be fairly similar to what he has planned. Obviously, our obligations with the city come first. I think planning on starting actually tomorrow, but we have a few areas, and we want at least about a week or so to see what our production is going to be to estimate how much we can get done this year of what we'll have available time-wise to the private slip owners. So I think we're estimating to at least give everyone, a couple weeks warning as far as when we're going to be coming by. In previous situations, we like to get everyone signed up before we pass their slip by, so as we come by we can sweep through and get everybody covered. We like to give everyone almost as much time as we can. Like I said, we're planning on starting sometime tomorrow, probably middle to late afternoon, but that really doesn't impact any of the private slips just yet. But once we come along, we'll be contacting everybody.
One more comment. I think you've answered my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for getting this done finally, but for those city representatives here, it'd be nice if, and I hear you're planning on doing the other lagoons, but you really ought to think about this being a continuous process so that we don't get to the point where people can't get out of their lagoons and slips for several years before we get this done.
Yeah, and that's appreciated. And I would just like to say that the mayor and the city council are very, very dedicated to actually making that exact same thing happen. What we were hired to do initially was to set up a long-range program for dredging. That was part of our task, along with obviously getting the dredging done that we're doing today. But we are putting together a long-range program, and that is intended to make sure that the situation that you're facing right now never happens again. So that's all part of the planning that the city is doing, and I think they're great. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, now this is like true confessions time. You all got this little sheet here with the contact information on, and I messed up. So you have to take out your pencil and your pen, and on Joe Stewart's contact information number, everybody ready? And Joe, I humbly apologize. I can only say sometimes stuff happens. So it's 609-703-7466. The number that I had on here is a fax number. So please try the number I just gave you. It will be on the city website also, and I do apologize to all of you for making that mistake. And since we're on contact information, that can kind of lead me to the next thing that I think is moving along very well and quite excited about, and that is, as you know, we filed for the permit tip-to-tip with the Army Corps and the state DEP last December. And finally, as of Monday of this week, they have actually opened it up to the public hearing process, to the public notice process. And many of you will remember, because I've said this probably more times than you wanted to hear, once that happens, we could really use your support by sending a letter of support to the Army Corps. That's what the public notice session is all about. And so on this sheet, and this is right, is Dr. Boyer's information. You can, and it's listed also on the city website, but you can either send him an email in support of. You don't have to make it lengthy. Just say you support it, or say you support it because of safety or because of the environment, or whatever you want to say. If you don't support it, you get to do that too. But all of that information, anybody who can take the time to either send a letter or send an email in support of our application, it would be so terrific, because things are really moving now, and that's what we need for our 1918 program and going forward. So we would really appreciate that help. And as I said, it doesn't have to be lengthy, just a quick note. And I did have some correspondence with Dr. Boyer today, and he said he's already getting quite a few positive emails. So, keep it coming if you can. Yes, sir. Yes, 609, or 609, 703, 7466. And that's for Joe Stewart, who is going to be doing Sunny and South Harbors. And yes, ma'am.
Margaret Cox, and I'm Carnival Bayou. I apologize, I've never been to a meeting about dredging before, but I have watched every video online and read every note, and so God bless you for that. I have 3 issues, and I'm not sure if I'm on the page with everyone else, but here are my issues. It's emotional, so, it's my misfortune that I bought my home 5 months before Sandy hit. But that being said, and I don't want to drag you through my financial challenges, but I have not been to my summer home at all in the summer for the last 2 years because I've had to rent it out because I'm financially strapped. Lovingly, I was going to retire to this home right before the storm hit, but it was not my primary home, so insurance was not near as much as I should have gotten. That being said, I love the home and I love the water. So here's the thing, I love water and I love boats. In the Carnival Bayou, and I'm deliberately using the word bayou, even though everyone uses lagoons, there are 2 God-made water, bodies of water, and that are these bayous. They are not lagoons and they were not made from dredging. Lovingly, I know a lot of people here are from lagoons. That's one of the reasons why I bought this house. When Sandy hit, I thought my house could be saved, my little bungalow. I'm a single woman, and so I spent thousands of dollars cleaning it up and $2,000 with my 3 boat slips and my 49-foot wide property. I had to remove my surface of my pier that was now on my neighbor's back lawn, an inch from his bay window, never broke it. Long story short, here's my thing. I think that the city owns these bayous, and I think they need to dredge them, and I think they need to dredge them for free, and the boat slips. My first question would concern my storm drain that I have, and if I pay to have it dredged, it's going to refill again because it does constantly. I have so much silt. I am like the deepest color out there on the beautiful color diagrams. I have no water at high tide. Tonight's a full moon. I came down to the shore. I live 2 hours away. And there was nothing in my 3 boat slips. No water. About 2 feet in, there was water. I can't rent. I have 3 siblings that own homes in this town. 2 of them have boats. Guess how many of them have their boats in my slips? Nobody. Because they can't. My sister and her husband, ironically, have a boat. They pay $2,200 for the last 4 years, so almost $10,000 across the lagoon from me and in deeper into this beautiful bayou, the Carnival Bayou. They have water in their slip, high tide and low tide. So anyway, what I want to say is, I don't think that our bayou is safe, and the reason I don't think so is my 2 granddaughters have to wear their life jackets to go on either one of my piers. That's a joke because, God forbid, it's low tide. They're not going to drown. They're going to have a concussion or, God forbid, end up head down with a serious bodily injury. I don't know what to do, really. I am going to sell this house, and you know what? I'm going to sell it eventually, but I don't want to sell it before dredging, so I hope you dredge soon.
Great.
I don't want to sell it.
No, I hear you, and I think many of us, have great compassion for you. Could we talk a little bit after
Okay,
this is
I have one more thing to say.
Okay.
My neighbors will not, if they're smart, they won't dredge. They won't pay to have any dredging done because they have these big boat lifts. I love the water and I love boats. I even love the smell of motor oil and like the gas smell. I love it. But my neighbors' boats are beautiful, but their boat lifts are god-awful ugly, and they'll tell you that is.
Okay.
And that's
All right.
that is my view of the open bay now. And I just want to say, I think that something needs to be done for the safety. I see kids crossing our bayou at low tide, and it is, one time, one little guy who's standing there, his feet are stuck, he went down, his head got stuck, and I'm like, oh my God. So it is a
Thank
safety
you.
issue,
Yeah,
and thank you. I'll
I
talk
appreciate
after.
your comments,
Thanks
and
for
I know
listening.
safety is certainly one of the concerns of the city and why they are really doing this dredging program. And so thank you, and we can talk after the session is over.
I
Yes,
have
sir.
one question. This was a public opening the bid,
Yes,
and the price that we're paying, $100,